So Beetlejuice, which came out this year, 2024. This is a sequel to the first one, which came out in the 80s. I've never literally seen any of the movies. I think there's only one of them actually, which came out in the 80s. I'm not going to talk about it based on the previous film since I haven't seen that one. I'm only going to talk, regarding this specific film and not the previous film because I don't see myself ever watching the previous film. You got Michael Keaton that's playing Beetlejuice. You got the character Lydia. I don't know what the actress's name is in real life. I think that woman that says Kevin all the time in the Home Alone franchise, yeah, she's also in this movie as well. I think she was actually in the first movie as well, but honestly, I don't really know. So in this movie, you have the mum Lydia who can, speak to ghosts and stuff. She's kind of like, famous around town and stuff. And then you also have the daughter played by Jenna Ortega. At this point, Jenna Ortega is pretty much everywhere at this point, but yeah, she's the daughter in this movie. She wasn't in the first movie because she wasn't born, of course, but yeah, so she's like a new addition to the, I guess, cast. And I guess she finds out that her grandfather got killed or died or some crap. Who really cares, honestly? We don't actually get to see the granddad in it or whatnot, so we just hear that, oh yeah, this guy's gone now, he's not in the world anymore. And obviously Jenna Ortega thinks, her mom's crazy, the fact that she can speak to ghosts. So it kind of has this sort of dynamic to where it just builds a bit of tension because also the dad's not around in this movie as well. And then the mom's kind of with this random guy with some stupid ponytail in it. So it kind of creates like a, I guess, tension and drama between the mom and the daughter. From what I heard in the first movie, Beetlejuice basically went away. I don't know how, but apparently in this movie, he's not in it anymore. But then eventually he does come back, of course. And if you say his name 3 times, he pops up. It's kind of dopey to me, if I'm being honest, but I mean, whatever, innit? And knowing that this was directed by Tim Burton, I kind of expected, it to be how, strange and freaky and just strange in general, because pretty sure, yeah, he directed, Wednesday as well, so you can kind of get an idea of what type of director he was. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised in what I was seeing in this, film, because he likes to add like a lot of color to his films, or at least from what I've noticed in the Wednesday, TV show, and also this movie. There's a lot of colorful, stuff. You can tell in this movie what stands out the most is like the costume designs, the visuals. He likes to add all these like weird visuals that doesn't stand out from the rest of the world. So you have like a massive ass castle in it that's literally surrounded by normal houses and stuff, or just normal other places. So it just kind of seems a bit strange in it, but it just makes that, I guess, the Tim Burton effect in terms of just having those weird visuals. I guess for a Beetlejuice movie, it makes sense in it. But like I said, I've heard about Beetlejuice before and stuff, but it wasn't really something that, I ever, was considering watching or bothered to really watch. But I only just seen like pictures and stuff online in it, but I haven't actually seen the movie in it. You have also like William Dafoe in this movie, and that guy, what's his name? Demi Lovato, is that his name? The guy in Matilda. That's the only really real place I know him from, Matilda in it. I feel like this film is based around that whole freakiness, since they label it as like a horror and comedy. I wouldn't really say it's a horror. I would say it's like well, I guess it is a horror based on like the type of vibe they're going for. It's one of those movies where it's like those strange movies in it. It's basically like a Wednesday in it. But in my opinion, I think Wednesday's a lot better. Because in my opinion, I feel like this story was kind of whack. Like, it was just really like more focused on the visuals and just how crazy can you get with the effects and how crazy can you get with the, visuals in general. And it's strange as well because this film kind of falls under the sort of cliche, I guess, present time in terms of like people using their phones and stuff like that, but they also add the Tim Burton elements to where they have like all these crazy effects and visuals. I guess they're both entwined together, so you have like the whole Tim Burton effect and you also have like the modern day effect where you still have modern people, but at the same time you still have those crazy ass looking castle visual houses and stuff. Actually, I don't even know, I don't think there actually was any normal person in this movie. I don't know, I could be wrong, but you have like those sort of like just weird ass things all combined in one, people using their stupid phones and stuff. And I thought that was a good way of, putting it together and making it so that, we're aware that it is still the present time, or at least I think it's set in the present time. In terms of acting, I mean, like, I didn't really have much to say about it. I guess Michael Keaton did a good job. From what he was trying to portray, it seems like that's how the character is in it, so I don't really have anything bad to say about him. I thought he was like a dopey ass character in it, but I guess from what he was meant to do, he did it, I guess, from what I don't know, like, it's just not really something I really care about, if I'm being honest, because this movie to me was kind of like a bit confusing in it, so I wasn't really sure what to really think of it. Jenna Ortega is Jenna Ortega, nothing really too different in this movie with her. Not to say that she was bad or anything, it's just she was nothing really different. Like she just felt like Jenna Ortega. There's a lot of like music and dancing. From what I'm getting in this movie, it does seem like, you know, all the vibes I was feeling, it was probably in the previous films as well, or previous film as well. So like I said, when I came into this movie, none of this whole stuff really surprised me. But honestly, man, like, I'll be real with you, like this film was kind of strange to me, because if someone was to ask me what this movie was about, I don't know what I'd really say, because essentially Beetlejuice comes back because someone says Beetlejuice 3 times. Everything's going chaotic, different things are, you know, happening and taking place. And yeah, like pretty much, like it's hard to really describe this film, especially since I haven't seen the first one in it. But that's essentially the plot. From what I see, it's just about a lot of costumes, designs, just showing off the costume designs, the visuals, and all that stuff in it. But I could be wrong in it. But this definitely wasn't a movie that I really cared about, if I'm being honest. It was kind of like just that met to me. The pacing was alright, I can't lie. The pacing was pretty good, even though I kind of found this movie a bit boring. Not really, actually. I wasn't really bored in it, but it wasn't a movie that I'll ever watch again personally. But I wouldn't say the pacing was bad either. I feel like the pacing was pretty much smooth throughout the entire movie. I felt like the negative for me was the effects. I don't know if the effects was on purpose based on how dopey this film was, or if this was intentional. It could be on purpose based on who Beetlejuice is and what the franchise is about in it. But from what I was seeing, yeah, it looked horrible to look at, if I'm being honest. So yeah, it's hard to say if I could recommend it to someone, but I'd say if you like the previous, you know, Beetlejuice movies or movie, then yeah, just give this one a, you know, a watch in it. Like I said, the pacing is pretty good in it, so I can't really complain about that. It's just one of those movies that I guess not really for me, and I kind of knew that going into it, but you know, I'm still willing to give things a go in it. But I just feel like for me, I'm not really into that dopey stuff. And this is one of the things that I'm never ever gonna watch again in it. But that's just me personally. And overall, I didn't give a damn about any of the characters. I did not care one bit. All these characters to me were just a bit boring. Like the mom looked like a dopey ass like character throughout the entire movie. Her hair was all messy. Like she just looks like some like dopey ass woman. Obviously it's probably her character, that's the way she's meant to look in it. Essentially this film is like a freak show, it's a circus. It's where you go to a circus where you look at the freaks. It's just a very strange movie, like a very horror comedy, strange Tim Burton movie. But then again, like if you've seen Tim Burton's work, you kind of know what to expect. This movie is rated 12 plus in it, so it's one of those like 12 plus horror comedies. But yeah, in conclusion, go watch it. You might like it, you might not. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this movie, if you loved it, if you hated it, and you know, let me know down in the comments below if you thought it was, you know, something that I didn't really understand because I didn't see the previous film in it. But you know, each to their own in it. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys thought in it. But yeah, man, that's it, man. In a bit.